In the previous video, we have set up basic OTA and it's fantastic if you are a developer. But if you are building a real product, you can't ask your users or support staff who are non-technical to do this kind of updates. It's confusing and fully technical. That's why in this video, I'll show you how to build a simple, elegant web page that lives right on your ESP32. It lets anyone update your project with just a file and a web browser. It's incredibly easy and it will make your projects look far more professional. So let's get started. First, we'll open Arduino IDE and we'll have to go to Library Manager and search for Elegant OTA. And you need to install this. So I have already installed it. Next thing is go to the file, examples, and come below under the custom libraries. You can see Elegant OTA async demo. So you need to click on that. So it will open a new window. So in this new window, you'll have to just change the SSID and password to keep your Wi-Fi SSID and password. To use this async way of using this Elegant OTA, we need to modify something in their library files to enable this async web server, because by default they are making it as a sync web server. Because async is the modern and recommended approach, while sync is the older and more traditional method, we want to use async because it will also use non-blocking web server method that can handle multiple tasks at once, so making your project more responsive. That's why to enable that, you need to go to your documents folder, go to Arduino. Under Arduino, you need to find libraries. Under this, you need to go to Elegant OTA, src, and click on this header file .h. Edit with Notepad or Notepad++, and you can find in the first few lines whether to use async web server as 0 or 1. So by default it will be 0. You need to modify this as 1 and save this. I'll give you a high-level explanation on this code. So this code works for ESP8266, 32, and it will also work for Raspberry Pi Pico W and Pico 2W. So because we are using ESP32, it will auto detect and we don't have to worry. And the next thing is, this is async web browser. So you need to install this. So go to libraries, go to async web server. So click on this install button under async web server by ESP32 async. And if you click on the install, and if it is asking multiple libraries to be installed, then click yes. So it will install other libraries as well, which are dependent libraries. So here we can see on the top some of the callback functions. You don't have to worry because these will just are based on the event. For example, if the OTA gets started, it will give you the indication that OTA got started, and if it is progress and those things. And under the setup, you can see Wi-Fi getting started, and you will also find the local IP address on the serial monitor for the first time when you upload the code from the serial monitor. And then on the home page, this is the root page. So on the home page, you can see this is Elegant OTA async demo. So we can also put anything else here. So I'll leave it as it is, and then you can see it is starting this OTA with the server, that is a web server that we are calling. And then on start, it is going to call back these functions, and it is beginning the web server. And finally in the loop, you can see ElegantOTA.loop. So this is the main function that keeps on running and handles the OTA updates. So now what I can do is I have to select the ESP32 module and the POM port, which is already selected for me. You can select this way and click on OK. So this will appear only once you connect the wired way. So you need to use USB cable to your laptop from the ESP32, and then you will find this. Click on OK and you can start uploading. So it will first compile and upload the code onto the ESP32 in a wired way. This is the first time. But in the next time, what you need to do is you need to include the code of ElegantOTA.loop and then begin, and those whatever the default boilerplate code that we have, we need to use them, and also the library of Elegant OTA, so that the next time also whatever the updated code you are sending, you should be able to upload wirelessly, that is OTA way. So now I have opened a serial monitor and you can see under serial monitor you can see this. But if, for example, if you haven't opened and you are able to only see the output and the serial monitor is lost, what you can do is you can click on the reset button on the ESP32 so that it will restart after opening the serial monitor, and it will try to connect to your Wi-Fi and give you the IP address. So copy this and then open in your browser this home page. So you can see this is Elegant OTA async demo. So we are able to see this, and also you can go to the same page with update as the end. So you can use this route so that you can see the Elegant OTA Lite. So here you need to select a file for the next time whenever you are trying to update this code, and you have to use .bin file always. So we cannot use the INO file of Arduino. So I'll explain you how to use the .bin file. And there is an OTA mode where you can select the firmware or the file system as well. So in this example tutorial we are only using firmware, and you can also switch between the dark mode as well as normal mode. So I'll keep the dark mode, and remaining things like branding, if you want to change these names, etc., logos, you can use their branding which is available in the pro version. So now we have seen the first code. Now if you want to modify this code, what I have done is I have modified the code to include the blink of the LED, which is inbuilt LED. So what it will do is it will show the button on the home page so that you can click on it to blink the LED, which is the built-in LED. So it will blink for 1 second. What I have done is in the starting of the code I have mentioned LED, and here I have set up the blinking configuration, which is the port, what is the initial value, what is the blinking duration and start time, etc. And then HTML code, this is the HTML code I'm sending. So you can see after the raw literal, I'm just sending the HTML code with header, with head, body, footer, paragraph, and all these things are standard HTML to create a button, and then some of the footer I'm setting up, and remaining code would be as it is. Under the setup we are going to add one more handle to check the LED blink request. So using the blink LED that we are going to use from the button, so it will call this blink LED, and here we will be showing this text on the page, and we are also setting some authorization. We can set this authorization as well. What is the username and password, we can set that. So you can even modify this with the username and password. I'm keeping it as blank, and remaining things will be same. Here in the loop we'll be having the LED blink program to blink it for the particular duration. That's it. Now what I need to do is I cannot directly upload it. So first I'll try to remove the USB connection from the ESP32. So after removing the USB connection from my ESP32, I'm connecting my power bank to the ESP32. This way I'll make sure that this is happening only on the wireless way. Now I have connected in the wireless way. So next thing you need to do is you need to compile this program not in the normal way, but to create a bin file. So go to Sketch, click on Export Compiled Binary. So it will create different versions of the file. That is .ini will already be there, but we want the bin file. Let's wait it to be completed. Now you can see the sketch has been compiled. You can go to Sketch again and click on Show Sketch folder. So under this place you can find the build. Under the build you can find this ino.bin. So copy this path. Now you need to go to this OTA page, that is the IP address /update, and under the select file you need to paste this folder and you will find this ino.bin. So click on that and open. So it will automatically upload the code wirelessly, and now it has done successfully. You can go back, and in the home page if you refresh you can see the new page. So this has been updated wirelessly in the OTA fashion. Now I can click on the blink LED. You can see the LED has blinked for 1 second. Again I can go back and click on blink LED. So it will do the same. And that's it. This is how you can use clean, modern and user-friendly web user interface to perform OTA on your ESP32 board using Elegant OTA. If you found this video informative, please type helpful and smash that like button. If you are interested to learn how to work with ESP IDEA framework on ESP32, then click on the link from the end screen or in the description. Your support means a lot to us and helps us keep creating more content like this. So please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another interesting video.